Hi, this is Cindy with Quantum Kaleidoscope. I'm going to do a quick reading for, this is going to be for water signs for the month of November. I have already done a collective reading with a Celtic cross, so if you haven't seen that, feel free to check that out. But this will be for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpios. And so I'm doing water. I do find with elementals, because everyone is a mix of every sign and every kind of element, um, usually at least two of the elements will kind of resonate with you, and the other two will either not make sense or will be from like the watcher perspective. So if you find that you're like, okay, I'm a water sign, my sun sign is Scorpio, so I'm going to watch this, but it doesn't really make sense to you, chances are your reading is in one of the other elements. Okay, so anyway, so I'm gonna get right into it. So what can we tell water signs today to help them stay in highest vibration and on their truth path between now and Scorpio season? So I had some cards just fly out. Okay, so we have the Aeon. Okay, which is in tradition, like in other decks, this is known as the Judgment. Okay, and we have the Six of Swords. Okay, so maybe you've been making some kind of decision, and it's not just like a little decision, it's a big decision. Okay, this is the type of decision that, you know, you are called to do. Like it's like a call from above, or it's like a major decision, it can, depending on your situation, it can be a legal like judgment, right? That because, with the Six of Swords, it really means that, you're starting to get, like balancing the swords, balancing the thoughts, balancing the air energy, going into calmer waters, because, you have made a decision or some decision happened to you that has really kind of caused, like a peace of mind, or that knowing that you are going to somewhere else. Now, it can also mean physical travel, and travel over water in usual cases. Okay, under the deck we have Chariot, so this definitely does, you know, represent travel. Okay, so like if you've been making a decision about whether to, with the Judgment, right? That can be, it's like potentially bringing things back from the dead, or letting things, go once and for all. This is like there's no coming back from this decision, but it's a decision that, like, I mean, if you're still kind of like, you don't know what's happening, or you're waiting for a judgment on, like, say, a court case or something like that, right? It does look like the theme of the month is that throughout you were heading to calmer waters in one way or another. Okay, and it is potentially involves physical travel, but regardless, it is about determination and doing what you know will bring you success. So we'll see how that like ties in. Okay, but what can we tell using this spread? Okay, so I'm gonna cut the deck. Okay. So underneath you do have the King of Wands. Okay, so this could be somebody that you are dealing with, or can represent you. Like you can be somebody who, has either fire in your chart, or it's just this is representing you know, becoming inspired. The King of Wands is the like, master of the energy. Okay, this is the master of passion, of fire, of inspiration. So we'll see how that kind of goes. But I mean, overall, your theme of the month, okay, is reveal. Okay, so specifically the light, saying that at 444. Okay, so I love the patch tarot because, like, it does like connect more with the tree of life. Does it say which one? It does, but I mean, I can't understand it if you could see it on the top. Like, I don't know all the traditional names kind of thing. But basically, like, this is, you know, about like some of you, if not all of you. Okay, like this can be in like on a like a 3D sense, in terms of revealing something, maybe something about your passions or something that you're really guided to do, So it can be like a really big reveal, like about whatever judgment you made, maybe. Okay. But, for many of you, okay, I'm connecting with a very, very high vibrational bunch. High vibrational and really spiritual. Okay. This is about ascending, okay, and revealing, okay, your full truth, not sugarcoating it, not anything. Like, it is your full embodiment, okay? And if you connect it with judgment too, it can be really about a calling, okay? It's like, you are ascending, you are going to the light, okay? And like, I mean, if there's just something you've been working on behind the scenes, something you've been planning, okay, this is your like time to reveal it. Now granted, it is a major arcana. It's technically referred to in this deck as the higher arcana. Okay, so I mean, major arcanas take a really long time to, play out. Though granted, King of Wands is fire, so he goes for it passionately. Okay, he doesn't wait around, for example, right? Okay, but like I can imagine that this like would potentially take the whole month, if not longer, to really play out, depending on what you were trying to reveal. Okay. So the past that's influencing you right now, okay, is the Magician. You have been creating something magical, okay, and it is time, okay, to reveal your magic to the world, okay. This shows that you know, have all the tools you need, okay, and not only that, given that this is the past, okay, you are gonna now, so I mean, if this is not about you revealing something, okay, like this is another major arcana too. It can be about the grand reveal, the grand reveal from like life, karmically or whatever, in the sense of like what you have been using your magic, okay, because this is the past that is influencing now, okay, because you've been creating, you've been, making fire and, creating and, like using your thoughts and coming up with great, great ideas, okay? And so it's either going to be revealed to you about like where this is all leading you to and why it's happening. Like, what are you really creating? Like, what have you been manifesting on a huge, huge scale? Huge. Okay. So definitely stay patient though. Okay. Like, I mean, King of Wands, can get, you're frustrated. If he doesn't get what he wants, for example, but it's about using all the tools at your disposal, not just the fire, even though there's a huge passion behind what this is involving, okay, and you're manifesting something magical. But again, it's a major arcana, so it's kind of like the longer it takes to kind of bloom or whatever the case is, the like the bigger the reveal, I suppose. Maybe. Okay, so do be patient if you haven't been seeing like the manifestations, okay, of your magic that's coming. Okay, you in this situation, like, or your present situation, ideally, potentially, like, while you're watching this video right now. Okay, Justice. Man, huge, huge, huge major arcanas. Okay, so yes, this is justice, okay? So if you've been waiting for some kind of court case or something like that, This is about balance. The right thing is happening, what should be happening. Okay? You know, if you're on the wrong side of karma, again, this can mean that, again, regardless, the right thing is happening, whether or not you like the outcome, but I do believe you're going to like the outcome. Okay? There is going to be a huge reveal, okay, about what you have been creating, you know, what the universe has in store for you, like, let's say, there's been a lot of starts and stops or whatever the case is, but it's to get you at the right place at the right time. Like, this is huge. Okay, so the challenge is Nine of Pentacles. So this, I really say that this is about confidence in a lot of cases. For many of you, this is about confidence, like in terms of, especially if you haven't been seeing the, like, the results of your work, this is, like, you've been kind of like, doubting it, doubting yourself, maybe doubting your skills, doubting your magic, doubting what doubting the universe, maybe. It's like, why did this happen? Like, whatever the case is, like, whatever hadn't been, felt like it's been fair. This definitely can be, with everything together with Justice and Nine of Pentacles, okay? With what we saw earlier with the Judgment, okay, is that, like, there definitely, for some of you, could be a legal divorce, okay? And the challenge is now, like, like, stepping into your new life confidently, knowing that, you manifested this. This is like, okay, like, it's hard to say if some of you are like really kind of healing, but I mean, I think, like, many of you are feeling really good. With the King of Wands energy, like, I feel like you are, like, if you're not feeling it yet, you're gonna feel it soon. Like, the passion, the confidence, or this can be, relating to another person that but I do feel like this is balancing out. This is justice. This is karma. Okay? Like, and there's going to be a huge reveal about why this all happened. And it's about having confidence in yourself, confidence in your decisions, confidence in the universe. Your patience isn't, in vain. At the same time, like, if some of you need to take action in terms of, a court case, like making sure, to actually submit it. Okay? Like, this can be like a huge, bombshell that you, like, reveal into someone's world legally, kind of thing. Okay. The spiritual lesson, or what's kind of being called to you from your higher self, or however you want to put in that sense, okay, is the Six of Pentacles. So this is about balance. This is about equal give and take, okay? So let's just say if you are in going through, like, a divorce, for example, right? I know there can be some, ultimately petty debates, about what is fair, what is not fair. So what can you do to balance out a situation? Both of these are about balancing the scales, equal give and take. Are you receiving as much as you're giving? Are you giving as much as you're receiving? Again, I always get that mixed up in how I say that, but hopefully it's making sense. It has to be reciprocity, right? Okay, so your higher self is telling you, okay, to bring in balance into the situation. Give what you need to give, okay, or accept what you need to accept. Or know whatever is happening, okay, is that this is going to balance out on a physical sense, maybe even a monetary sense, okay? The right thing is happening, okay? So if you need to offer something to balance the scales, or if you are expecting something to balance the scales, okay, assuming that you know it is just, it's one thing to like expect something from someone, but really, like, I mean, if the universe knows that's not fair, like, you're not gonna get it, unless you steal it, really. And then that's gonna come back to you later down the road. Okay, so what can you do to balance the scales? Okay, I also, this is also I find is like can be like about offering your time, offering your charity, offering your volunteering, donating. Okay, so if there's something that you need to do that you feel is giving back to the universe or to the community or something in some way, okay, you are like encouraged to balance the scales in some way and make some grand reveal. Okay. So the unexpected we have here is death. So we have huge, like, and okay, death is transformation. Okay, like, look at it. Like, like, you can see the affinity here, and you see the butterfly, kind of behind. It's like, though transformation can be scary. It's like, again, if this is a divorce, right, a long-term marriage or something that is like ended or anything that has been, unjust, for example, okay, this is a transformation. This is huge. You're like, again, for some of you, there can be an ending, but I don't think it's not unexpected, you know, it's something that would balance the scales, in one way or something other, and, and it will ultimately help balance the mind, balance the karma, balance, again, the scales, bring justice, and then through this, there is a huge transformation, okay? The Nine of Pentacles is, as happy as can be. They're good with their money, they're good with their, they're confident, they're, generally single, right? Okay, so it's like almost like there can be like a grand reveal, okay, of like, your new self, for example. Okay, and the guidance that you have is Three of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, there is definitely like a breakup that you might need to initiate and you might need to reveal. Like, or if this has already happened, you might need to reveal that the Three of Swords, like that there was some type of pain, like for example, this can be generosity in all forms, right? And so it can be, communicating something that is disappointing to another, or doing that healing work to balance the scales, balance the mind, move into calmer waters one way or another. But no matter what you're going through, okay, if things have already ended, or you have to end something, or it's about finally like revealing stuff to, your family that something has ended, for example, this is huge. Like, obviously, it's a huge, like, it can be really painful. Okay, like, but hopefully these come in, right? But this is like, you're manifesting something really amazing. Something that you've been manifesting for a long time. Okay, and it's like, so maybe you've been waiting, like maybe again, and there's been delays, like maybe you've wanted to initiate this or been waiting for, again, a final judgment. Okay, but this is leading you, there's going to be some kind of reveal, okay, that's going to make you feel like on top of the world if you're not feeling it already. Okay, and where we're headed towards the end of the month, Eight of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. So this can be like about work, right? So for example, this can be like, again, when we're talking about projects and we're talking about something, so it can be a huge reveal about some type of what's the word? Project, company that you started, like maybe the paperwork finally became um, official for your business so that you are now able to promote it in such a way, for example, and it is about, like, having the confidence kind of thing, right? Okay. But if you can see, you have the Eight of Pentacles, so you're heading towards the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is feeling like really inspired. Okay, so for example, if this was a job and something was just, and you made a decision that like balanced the scales in some way, made you feel like you're moving into calmer waters, either with another or at least within yourself, okay? Because you have been making magic happen, okay? And so it's like one follows the other, the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So it's like he is enjoying the, like knowing that, like, okay, I'm just gonna enjoy the soil. I'm gonna enjoy the outdoors. I did all the work I needed to. Like right now at this point, right in this stack patch is just kind of being like, okay, it's growing. I know it's growing. Maybe I have to do a little bit here and there to kind of maintain it, but it's growing. And I, I am blooming too, or you know, like whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been like putting all your energy towards, something huge is going to happen. And I do think that, like, you know, you have a lot of Pentacles. You have a lot of major arcanas. So this is going to be like both major and on the everyday. So, I mean, whatever you're working to, like whatever you're like this make, whatever you're whatever situation you're going through that you're connecting this with, okay? Keep going, okay? Because I don't know what to say. Which is funny because this is like, again, this card is the light and it's about revealing, and it can just be like, make sure to like spread your light, like, I, I don't know. Anyways, what kind of takeaway message can we tell those that were watching this video? Okay, so there is something very spiritual. Okay, this can be about a commitment. This can be about an organization. Like something is developing. There is already some kind of a idea that is now taking form in either a spiritual sense, like let's just say, you've been, like I said at the beginning, right? I'm talking to some people that are really spiritual, okay? Like, or at least are developing themselves, in that kind of capacity, right? And so it's like if you've been having some kind of idea, you've already had that. And so it's like now it's like putting it into action, like putting your money where your mouth is kind of thing, either in like a commitment sense, a contract sense, a higher level of commitment, or like, the Hierophant is like a spiritual, leader, this is about morals, so I mean, with everything in terms of like, you know, justice and karma kind of thing, right? It's like, what actions do you need to do to balance the scales? Okay, like, I mean, this deck, I love the two wands in this deck, and then, they refer to as Genesis. Okay, like this, they refer to this as the like purest form of the energy, you know, in the suit, like the twos, right? Because this is when, again, you already had the idea, you know, and now you're like taking the actions and the planning to make it happen. And that's where, you know, I don't have. Okay, I was just about to say I don't have the King of Wands anymore in the bottom of the deck, but I do. After shuffling all that, you know, kind of thing, I still have the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck, okay? So, because I was gonna say, like, I love, like, the fire, okay? Anyways, hopefully that made sense. I'm gonna throw in just a one quick, I don't know, hopefully I don't want to talk about this long, but I'm just gonna throw in an oracle card, because we did just finish the full moon, blue moon. But what can we add to the spread for anyone that's drawn to watch this? Okay, so this is new moon in Aries. Okay, and this is, it says time to take action. Okay, so again, there's that fire. Okay, this is putting your, you know, like actually doing what you said you were going to do, or what you planned, or what the judgment is, you know. Okay, and so then what flipped out was new moon in Pisces, and it says meditate and contemplate. Okay, so again, some of you would be further along this process, and other, like, a lot of things is, you know, it's gonna be about divine order, right? You know, so it's kind of like, you know, the timing is based on you and other people involved in a lot of cases, right? And things need to happen in such a way, right? So, like, you know, it's encouraging you to, like, well, meditate and contemplate the situation, right? Like, we did have judgment in here, we have justice, you know, we do have about revealing, we do have about confidence. Okay, so it's like what am I gonna say? You know, it's like what I was gonna say about, you know, people being like, again, it's not like a race or anything like that, right? You know, but like, if, like, it can potentially take throughout the whole month, right, to like come up with that judgment, come up with that, like, you know, like, do you raise something back from the dead, or do you end it, you know, once and for all? And it does look like there is suggestion, you know, to, you know, that there will be the right thing that will happen. It's meant to happen, and you know, there's going to be a huge transformation from it. You know, things will not look the same as they did before, but I mean, things are gonna be beautiful. Like, you are bringing the light, are gonna be receiving the light. We're both, you know, we do have things about equal give and take, you know, so if you've been giving and giving and giving, like, again, either to like the world and in general, you know, the universe is balancing the scales. Okay. Anyways, so have confidence, okay, in whatever you're doing. You know, it may take some patience, a little bit more diligence, maybe, depending, you know, or at least in the sense that you're going to find that throughout the month, you know, you're going to be working hard towards whatever your goal is. Okay. You might need to take some time to, you know, really plan it out, but then, you know, King of Wands, baby. He goes after what he wants, and he gets it. Anyways, it sounds like it's gonna be a good month. Like, it is gonna, like, as you get towards December, okay, like, if you are going through some pain, like, the death process is challenging, you know, but justice is, like, I do feel that because you're in the Magician, you know, like, because you're the Magician in the past, okay, like, this can represent, for example, like, maybe if there was some kind of manipulation, you know, someone was using their, like, magic for, you know, to, like, hide things, and you know, then the scales are going to be balanced, you know. Anyways, ultimately, I do think that you are heading towards calmer waters. Okay, so trust your decision, trust your confidence, and whatever is happening is meant to happen for something big. Cool. Anyways, have a good one. Check out some of the other signs once I have that loaded, if it's not, because Scorpio is the first one I'm doing. But all my readings are timeless, so feel free to check throughout and subscribe. Okay, take care.